Welcome back, everybody. There's some serious issues going on out here that we need to talk about. So let me start out by saying welcome back to SouFLoTV. It's your host with the most. Shout out to all the people who come here for all the Jamaican content, but understand that we don't live in Jamaica all year round, and the world is very small nowadays because of the internet. So we are all connected. Now, let's talk about two major incidents that just happened in the US, and I am going to give my prediction on how these two incidents are going to turn out and why they happened, right? All right, so let's start out with Jacob Blake. Jacob Blake was a young man, 20-something years old, that he was breaking up a fight. It is alleged that he was breaking up a fight, and the police was called to the fight. It is alleged that he was not the person that was involved in the fight. It was not his fight. He was just trying to keep the peace. When the police came, he was happy that the police got there because now the police could handle that situation. However, he himself got into some kind of an altercation with calling all my South Floridians. Reggae Rhythm Jamaica Restaurant and Lounge is doing it bigger and better than before. They are located at 819 South Orange Blossom Trail in Apopka, Florida, 32703. Just throw that in your GPS and make it there. They upgraded. It was a restaurant before with takeout with a little small area up front for dining in. Now it's bigger and better, still having the options for takeout, but now having the option to dine in with ordering from a specialty menu. All meals are prepared by a certified professional chef out of Jamaica, so it's authentic. The pictures you see are the exact examples of how the dine-in and specialty drinks are presented, among other options that will be on the menu. They provide catering services as well. They will be a live reggae band on the weekends with occasional special guests to perform. You heard that? There will be a live reggae band on the weekends with occasional special guests to perform. Grab a friend, bring the family, or take a trip just to treat yourself. See you there and tell them that SouFLoTV sent you. You see how the place look good? I'm sending you to somewhere well nice. All right, back to our regular scheduled program at hand. The police, and of course we have a young black man and we have a white police officer. The dynamics that we see all the time, all over again, it happens, okay? I've only seen limited videos on this incident. I have not seen the entire video from start to finish, so I am going off what I have seen. And what I saw on video, which I am not allowed to show on my channel on YouTube, I saw a man, which was Jacob, walking to his vehicle as police officers were following him closely with their guns drawn, and they were yelling for him to stop and don't get in the vehicle. He proceeded to open the vehicle's door and reached into the vehicle while a police officer grabbed him by his wife beater tank top shirt he was wearing and fired 7 shots into his body. Now, I'm going to predict, first of all, the outcome for that, up to date, is that he is paralyzed from the waist down. His father says they don't know as of yet if this is going to be a permanent paralysis or this is a temporary thing for his son. But right now, his son is fighting for his life. Of course, same old dynamic, white police officer shoots unarmed black man. Everybody is up in an uproar saying this is happening too often. Famous entertainers like the great LeBron James has said, F this, we need change. And NBA players have opted to boycott the season, but they have changed their mind after just one day of boycotting. Where we stand with this situation, I can tell everybody this is my prediction. When the police officer said, stop, don't go into the vehicle, my brother should have stopped, put his hands in the air, and stayed right there. Why? We already know how they deal with us. We've done countless videos on SouFLoTV now where I try to educate my fellow brothers on how to interact with police officers when you are approached. This is a good learning point. He reached into the vehicle. I am not justifying why he got shot, because if you ask me, they could have done many different things. Now, they tased him before they shot him. The taser apparently did not work. They should have tased him again. They could have tackled him before. Before he got to the car door to open the car door. But I'm going to tell you why they allowed him to get that far before they fired shots. It was because they have already established a ground on which it was justifiable to shoot. In my opinion, they should not have shot him. It could have been handled a different way. We've seen countless videos now with white people out of control, and the white police officer engages the white person and does everything under the sun, to include fist fights, rolling around on the ground, getting their butt beat by the person, tasering them, and everything else, but they did not shoot. So how come they are able to exercise so much restraint when they're dealing with their own kind, but when they're dealing with black men or black people, they feel like shooting is the first choice, the first line of defense, the first thing they must go to? There is a big difference on how white people are treated when they are approached by white police officers as it is compared to when black people are approached by white police officers. This is something that we simply just cannot deny. And it was the reason behind why people started to take a knee to protest while the flag was raised and the anthem was playing, because they are saying we are not being treated equally. And in the land of freedom, liberty, and justice, I feel like I have none. Now, where do I see this case going? I see this case being a justifiable shooting because that is what the system is going to make it. Remember, this is not my personal opinion. This is from experience and seeing how these things have been done. He walked away with his back turned. He was not armed and he was not threatening to the officer. However, that was only until he got to the car door, opened the car door, and reached into the car door. The police officer can now say he was reaching into the vehicle for a weapon, and I did not want to be the one standing there when he pulled a weapon out, an AR-15, and started spraying everybody, so I had to neutralize the threat. Here's another one that they might use. They might say that his 3 children, yes, he had 3 boys, his children were in the vehicle. So their dad was shot 7 times in the back in front of his 3 children that were sitting in the vehicle. Here's another one that they will use to the defense of the police officer that did the shooting. They will say maybe he became enraged and he was getting into the vehicle to drive away, which could have led to a high-speed chase, putting 3 children in danger and other people around. So to stop him from doing so, he fired, right? And that is where that's at. I do the videos to try to explain to my brothers and educate them on how to. And I know my brothers and my sisters are saying, hey, sometimes we're not even doing anything at all. We are asked driver's license registration. And when you reach over to the glove box, suddenly you are shot. And the excuse is, well, he reached for something. I thought he was reaching for a gun. And to be honest, the police told you to reach for or to show your driver's license and registration, which most people keep in the glove box, which is usually situated in a vehicle on the passenger side of the dashboard. So it's a setup. Whenever you're approached like this by a police officer, yes, things can go wrong even when you abide by all the rules. In this particular case, the brother did himself wrong by walking away and then reaching into the vehicle after being tased, after being told to stop and not enter the vehicle multiple times. I'm not saying that it was right to shoot him because I believe they should not have shot him. However, this is how they're going to play it in the court of law. Now, because of that shooting case, there was a protest. And during that protest, it turns out that a 17-year-old by the name of Kyle Rittenhouse ended up shooting to death, killing 2 people and injuring another with a AR-15 style type rifle. Now, people are saying that Kyle was there to protect property in case people started looting and tearing up the place. There was no looting going on. Understand?
Again. That's what started most of this. Now we're all the way back by the gas station again.
Even if he was there to protect property, is that not the job of the police that were on the scene? Because if you've seen the video, you will see that what looked like up-armored vehicles that almost look like tanks rolling through the streets. And they appeared in numbers shortly after the incident ended, with Kyle being chased down the street by a mob of people. And you can hear in the video they're asking, what did he do? What did he do? Why are they chasing him? And someone yelled out, he shot someone. That was the first person he shot. That is not on video. Seeing him falling while he was running away, this is a 17-year-old, okay? I'm not even sure if legally he is supposed to be able to own a rifle, a AR-15 rifle, and be able to walk out, open carry it in public. Hot water was already bubbling just for the simple fact that he was an anti-protester, which means he is not with the protesters. He is not out here for your cause. And he is holding a rifle, a loaded rifle, a loaded gun out in the open. It was disturbing to see police officers talk to him before the incident, and they thanked him for being out there. No one checked his credentials. No one checked to see if he legally is supposed to have a weapon or can own a weapon. They thanked him for being there. This is a 17-year-old kid that is assuming the role of law enforcement, right? First degree intentional homicide, which is what he has been charged with. So they hurried up and they arrested him and they laid charges against him. Here is my prediction for what will happen in this particular case again. And remember, I am going off of our own experience from things we've seen, things I've seen in the United States of America my whole entire life. And I've been here for a while, right? And what I see happening in this is going to end up being either a manslaughter or even a justifiable self-defense. I don't know how the first shooting happened, so I'm not talking about the first shooting. But the shooting which we all see on video, where he was running, he was fleeing, and a mob, a crowd, was chasing him. His lawyer can easily argue in court that this 17-year-old was fearing for his life, and he was running, and they were running after him to do something violent to him. Now, when he tripped and he fell on the ground, and one guy jumped on top of him, he looked like he was trying to punch him, or he did. And the 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse rolled over on his back and fired, pow, from his weapon. And he fired again as he got up, firing rounds in the direction of a crowd that was now fleeing away from him. Now, it is said that police officers and civilians were in that crowd that were running after him. Remember, this is after he had just shot someone. They were running after him, and they were yelling for him to stop. They were yelling for the police to get to him because he had just shot someone in the head, and they wanted him caught before. The crowd didn't know if this was someone on the loose that was out there to rack numbers up and kill as many people as possible, or what was happening. So they just wanted the police to get to him. And however, you can clearly see white privilege at hand as he walks down the road and people are yelling to the police saying, "Hey, that's the guy right there. He just shot someone." And the police said, "What?" He said, "He just shot someone. That's the guy that shot the people right there." And this guy was able to walk right past the police or jog past them as they fly past him in their vehicles, slowing down to hear what people are saying to them and responding, which means they heard, and he was still allowed to go past them. Now, we can all say, had this been a black man running down the street with a rifle and people are yelling he had just shot someone, you can only imagine what would have happened after that ended. So I truly think his case is going to end up at some part of his case being self-defense or justifiable homicide, for the simple fact that he was attacked while he was on the ground. Gun laws state, the shooting to defend yourself laws state that your life must be in imminent danger, to the point where you might have been disfigured permanently or suffered a loss of life. And you must assess the situation to see if it is going to be that bad before you fire off a round in self-defense. If it is, then you are justified by law to fire in self-defense. And if it's not, then you are in the wrong. It will be interesting to see how this turns out in court. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this one. I will end this video by saying this. All these people are out protesting, and you are protesting with no weapons to protect yourself. Yet still, the anti-protesters are meeting you in the streets, heavily armed and prepared to use deadly force. Protesting out in the streets, unarmed, is making yourself a sitting duck, a target, okay? The laws that go for the people that carry the guns openly in front of police officers also goes for the people who are protesting. Carry your firearm legally, protect yourself legally, and exercise your constitutional right to peaceful protest, all legally. Other than that, you are about to make yourself a victim at some point. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace. Hot as a motherfucker. Jeez.